We start with Evan Stewart with your certified most accurate forecast.
That's right, and we are seeing that flooding across Hampton Roads. High tide at Sewell's Point was 3:52. Of course, it varies depending on how long it takes the water to work its way through some of those inlets. And this is our SKYVIEW camera looking over parts of downtown Norfolk over towards the Hague. Here's the Chrysler Museum back here behind me. One of the areas that typically floods, and you can see the water well up out of the banks here of the Hague. The good news is tide level is not as high as what we were expecting, just because mainly a little bit of a shift in the wind direction and the intensity of this area of low pressure off our coast not quite as strong. So we didn't see those strong winds, and we've seen a little more of a northwesterly component. But we are still dealing with the flooding across the area and a few of those showers, mainly just some light showers out there right now. So here's the latest. We just passed our highest high tide, at least at Sewell's Point. And we're still looking at some tidal flooding later tonight and Tuesday, but that would mainly be some nuisance, minor, to maybe at times in a few spots some moderate tidal flooding. And the winds will be dying down later tonight. We have seen some gusts over 40 miles per hour in spots. So let's talk about the tides. The latest high tide at Sewell's Point, again, we just passed it at 3:52. We rounded it off till 4 o'clock, and we got up to about 5.2. That's considered minor tidal flooding, of course, lower than what we were expecting, just because of the intensity of that system, not quite as strong. And then through the overnight, we are looking at a high tide early tomorrow morning at around 4.8, 4.6 tomorrow afternoon. And then by Wednesday, things really starting to clear out. Heading up towards the peninsula, Yorktown got up to about 4.5 this afternoon, looking at 4.2 as we go through the overnight and early morning hours on Tuesday, and Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, 4.6. Again, below flood stage as we head into Wednesday. However, along the Outer Banks, we have seen some more significant flooding, the major tidal flooding at Duck a little bit earlier this afternoon. That was around 2 o'clock. Major tidal flooding at around 6.9. Overnight, we're looking at around 6.3. And then 6.6 still considered major tidal flooding tomorrow, and then nuisance flooding as we head into the day on Wednesday. Now, as I mentioned, we are looking at some improving conditions. Temperatures pretty much holding in the mid-50s as we go here through the evening. Still some rain around, still some wind, but that rain will gradually taper off to a little bit more of some mist and drizzle as we head into the day tomorrow. And then we are looking at a really nice into the week and a nice weekend. I'll have details on that in the full 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.